Hi there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Gordon-Goldstein, and I am a part-time reseller on the Poshmark app. Today, we're going to talk about June sales, specifically my June sales, how that went. Was it a good month? Was it a bad month? If you follow me on Instagram, you may know already. We're going to go through day by day, and I'll tell you what sold from my closet. And then we're going to dive a little deeper and go through all the numbers a little more specifically, see what my best sales were, what my worst sales were, what sold fast, what didn't, and what my total profit was for the month of June. So if that is of any interest to you, stick around and here we go. So I know this is a little bit of a different video for me. I think it'll be really interesting for you to see what sold from my closet, brands and styles, just to see what's selling. I know I love watching what sold videos just to get a better idea of what exactly is selling for other people, if I'm the only one who's stuck or selling certain items or not able to sell certain things. Because I'm a part-time reseller, I don't have quite the volume that a lot of full-time resellers do, so this is not going to be too long. I hope. I just started, but hopefully it's not too long. I do have my spreadsheet here. I'm obsessed with spreadsheets. Here's more. But I did print this out, so bear with me if I look down a little bit. For these sales, some of these items are from my own closet. Some of them are from sourcing at Goodwill, and others are from donations that I received when I reached out on Nextdoor to ask if anybody had items to donate during this time, because I knew a lot of people were going through their closets and cleaning them out, but didn't have anywhere to donate them because Goodwills and other places to donate were closed. So I did receive quite a few donations. I'll let you know where these items came from. I did have 3 sales on June 1st. One was a bundle. I did have 5 bundles for the month of June, and I only gave out 3 shipping discounts, which is kind of surprising to me because I do offers to likers pretty often. So I had 1 bundle sale on June 1st, and it was 2 kids Under Armour items, and one was just a black mock neck tee, and the other was a pair of youth heat gear shorts. My other sale for June 1st was a pair of H&M jean shorts. The H&M shorts came from my closet, and the 2 Under Armour items were donated from Nextdoor. On the 2nd, I also had 3 sales. One was a pair of Toms, and they were these hot pink perforated slip-ons. They were called the Future Freetown. Those sold for $15. These sales are just what they sold for on Poshmark, not including fees or my cost for them. So I'll let you know in the wrap up my total profit of everything, which will take out the fees and sales. These numbers are just the full price that I sold them for on Poshmark. So these Toms I did purchase on Poshmark to resell. I also sold this Talbot's Petites pure silk skirt. It was like a green blue kind of watercolory pattern. That sold for $10. I also sold a set of Easy Stacks. They're basically these like little plastic flat things, and they stack on top of each other, but the idea is to fold shirts in them and slide them in so that if you have a pile of them, you can pull one shirt out and the whole stack of shirts doesn't just like fall. So everything gets folded nicely, stacked in there, so when you need one, you just slide it out and everything just kind of shifts down. And then once you have a bunch of empties, you take them, and when you do your laundry, you can just fold them, put them back in, and stack them on top. So it was a really nice system, and I did use it and find it really useful for a long time, but I did start Marie Kondoing my clothing and my drawers, so I don't need those anymore. So I sold a set of 55 of these, and I only use these for t-shirts, so if that tells you anything about me. So I sold a set of 55 of these for $25, and I did have to upgrade shipping on that because it was over the 5-pound limit of Poshmark. They also got lost in the mail, which took a long time, but they made it and the buyer was happy, so that was good. So next we have on the 3rd just 1 sale, and it was a pair of Aldo pumps. They were this gorgeous bright sapphire blue color. I purchased those at Goodwill, and I sold them for $25. The interesting story behind these was when I got them home, I realized that they were 2 different sizes, and they were only a half size difference, but they were not the same size. And so I wasn't sure whether to list them or not. I obviously did, and I made sure to note very clearly in the description that they are 2 different sizes. These were really cute, and I'm glad they sold regardless. Next up on June 4th, I had 1 sale, and that was a Hollister spaghetti strap, like summery, flowy, floral top, and I really love this top. I wanted to keep it. This was donated to me on Nextdoor, but it was really, really cute. That sold for $10. I had 4 sales on June 5th, and one of those was a bundle, so 1 bundle and 1 other sale. The 1 item was a pair of Hollister shorts. They were the SoCal stretch short. Those were from my personal closet, and I sold those for $10. And then the bundle that I sold, that was made up of 2 items from my personal closet and 1 item that I thrifted at Goodwill. The item I thrifted was a loft top. It was just this floral pleated front top. Also in that bundle was an Utam Boutique dress. It was kind of floral, cream with floral, and I think it had birds on it. I love that dress. I just hadn't worn it in a while, so got rid of it. Also was a noir metallic peplum top, kind of like a deep red color. It was really pretty. Again, just something I haven't worn in a long time, so I decided to sell it. And that bundle total sold for $55. On June 6th, I had 2 sales. One was an H&M pair of shorts, again, which were black with white polka dots. All these H&M shorts were from my personal closet, and they're just shorts that I don't wear anymore. I sold those for $10. And I also sold a Melissa Page very like flowy asymmetrical hem top, kind of like a paisley pattern. That was donated to me, and I sold that for $10. On June 7th, I had 1 sale, and it was a black pair of ankle booties, and they were kind of like laser cut. They were really, really cute, and they were like brand new. I did get those at Goodwill. They sold for $25. The buyer in this case said they didn't fit and they wanted to return them, and unfortunately, if you don't know this, Poshmark does not allow returns for any size or fit issues. They did roll out a feature recently where you can relist the item very easily to sell in your own closet. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't resellers, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for them to do that. I felt a little bad they didn't fit for that buyer, but I hope she can resell them. On June 8th, I had 1 bundle sale of 2 items, and that was a pair of Champion Performance navy blue sweatpants and an Under Armour top. It was a Penn State shirt, and for those of you who don't know, I did go to Penn State. We are. So I was a little sad to see this go. Both these items were donated to me. I kind of wanted to keep that Under Armour Penn State tee for myself, but it was better to sell it, and it'll make somebody else happy. I sold that bundle for $20 total. Next up on the 10th, I had 3 sales, 1 bundle sale and 2 other sales, and the bundle was made up a pair of H&M shorts. They were cream with like a floral kind of cherry blossom pattern. Again, those are from my own closet. Those sold with a Hollister gray like boat neck kind of off the shoulder raw hem just tee. Those sold together for $13. The Hollister top was donated to me. Another item that sold on the 10th was this New York & Company like blue cowl neck top. That's from my own closet from forever ago. That sold for $10. Another item from my own closet. I sold a lot of stuff from my own closet this month, but this was a pair of Aldo heels, and they were very strappy, like a brown sandal. Those sold for $20. On the 11th, I had 1 sale. It was a Victoria's Secret swim top. It was like a bandeau style, a coral color, super cute. Also from my closet. That sold for $15. On June 16th, I had 3 sales, and the first one was this H&M divided dress. It was navy blue with white polka dots. I wore it on the 4th of July one year and haven't worn it since, so that went up for sale, and I sold that for $12. The next one was an Ava and Viv pair of bootcut dark wash jeans. These were donated to me, and I sold those for $10. And then the last thing that sold was this Hurley kind of batwing graphic tee. That was also donated to me, and I sold it for $7. On the 17th, I had 1 bundle sale, and that was made up of 2 items that were donated to me from next door. One was a Lane Bryant metallic sweater. The next thing that sold in that bundle was actually a bundle within itself, so it was a bundle of 2 Ava and Viv tops. So that bundle sold for $20 total. On the 18th, I had 1 sale, and this was something I sourced at Goodwill. I didn't know the brand when I picked it up. The brand is Matt and Nat, and it was this really cute crossbody bag. When I saw it at the store, the leather seemed nice, and it turns out it was vegan leather, and it's made out of, the interior is made out of recycled plastic water bottles, which I thought was really cool. But the brand retails for pretty high, and the bag was in great condition. I ended up selling this for $50. Then we skip quite a few days. I had a few no sale days, and the next sale I had wasn't until June 23rd. And I only had 1 sale. That was an H&M navy blue baby doll dress, and again, this was from my closet. I haven't worn it in a long time, but that sold for $7. On June 24th, I had 3 sales. The first one was a Free People top, and this was the runaway crochet cropped blousey top, and I sold this for $15. This was donated to me. It was super cute. It did have kind of like a small rip at the shoulder, and there was one tiny spot on the front, and I made note of that, and that's probably why it sold for so little. The next thing that sold was a Guess chambray top. It was button front, really cute. The material is really, really soft. That was also donated to me, and I sold that for $15. The last thing that sold on the 24th was this Merci ombre oversized chunky scarf, and this was from my personal closet as well. This came in a FabFitFun box forever ago. I used to do FabFitFun. I did that for a couple years, but I was just getting too many things that I didn't quite use, like this scarf. I sold this scarf for $10, which the scarf is worth like a good amount of money. The problem is that everybody who got the same FabFitFun box is also selling this item on Poshmark, and I see this a lot. There are a few other items in my closet that I have that just don't move, and it's just one of those items that's completely oversaturated because everybody got these FabFitFun boxes and everybody is selling them on Poshmark. On June 25th, I had one sale, and that was a Land's End shirt. It was kind of navy and Kelly green, horizontal striped basic top. That sold for $7, and that was also donated to me. In my donations that I received from Nextdoor, I did have a wide variety of sizes and styles. The first lady that I got stuff from had a few Anthropologie pieces and We the Free pieces, which was really cool because I had actually never sold that before, and she was my size, so I was tempted to keep those items. A lot of my other items, I had some junior sizes, I had some youth sizes, and then I had a lot of plus size as well. And I believe the most recent donation that I received was a ton of extra small. That stuff is definitely moving slower than a lot of the other items. On June 26th, I had 4 sales. The first one was a pair of airy black leggings, and these were from my closet. I don't really wear anything other than the Victoria's Secret knockout leggings anymore, and these airy leggings kind of had like fleece on the inside, and they just made me too hot. I was too hot all the time wearing these, and I was like, these have to go. Somebody scooped those up for $8. Next, we had a pair of Dr. Scholl's pointed toe leather flats. These were also from my closet. These were my go-to shoes for work for a long time. So I had this brown leather pair, I had a leopard print pair, and I had a plain black pair, and all 3 were listed in my Poshmark closet, and the leopard went first really fast, the black pair went second a while ago, and this brown pair took a lot longer to sell. They were all the same size, so I think just based on the color of them, because the style was exactly the same for all of them, that's just what took them longer to sell. So keep that in mind. Black and leopard print tend to go faster as far as basic flats than I think brown does. Next we have, and this is probably one of my favorite sales for the month, this was a Coach bag. I want to say in March I sourced these off of Facebook Marketplace, and there's a woman selling a bunch of her old Coach bags and higher end handbags. I got a Ted Baker just kind of shopping tote. That went first, and then I also had a men's Coach leather duffel bag that sold a little while ago as well. This bag, which was gorgeous, it was like a military green color. The inside was this gorgeous floral pattern, and I love this bag, and so I'm happy it found its new home. That sold for $150. The last thing that sold on the 26th was a pair of Soda sandals, and these were like espadrille platforms, and they were this bright yellow, great color. Those sold for $18. I did purchase those at Goodwill. I love the style of them, and the comps were kind of low, but I thought based on style they would do pretty well. Unfortunately, they did not fit the buyer, and she relisted them immediately in her Poshmark closet. On June 28th, I had one sale, and it was a pair of Express shorts. They were this light blue color, and they were linen. These were from my own closet. They were kind of like a sailor style. I sold these for $10. The very last thing to sell in the month of June was this Nike basic tee. This is from my closet as well. I got this a few years ago to play indoor soccer. My team was green, and I, for some reason, did not have a green t-shirt, so I had to go buy one, and this was it. So that sold for $8. So now that we've gone through everything I sold for the month of June, let's dive deeper into more of the specific numbers for the month. Let's start off with the top 3 categories. So the top 3 categories for me this month were tops, shoes, and shorts. So I know as we went through a lot of that, a lot of it was shorts. This was just because I had a lot of shorts that I got rid of from my own personal closet. Number 2 was shoes, and I did source a lot of these shoes, and I know at least one of the pairs was from my own personal closet, but I think people are always buying shoes. That's usually one of my better selling categories. Number 1 is tops. I think that's pretty much always my number 1 category. Those were my top 3 categories for the month of June. Next up, let's talk about the 3 best and 3 worst items I had for profit this month. The 3 worst worst items is actually 4 items, because the 4 worst things that I sold were all sold for the same price of $7, I believe. And so the 4 items that I have that sold for $7 were the American Eagle shorts in navy blue, so I made $4.05. That H&M navy blue baby doll dress that also sold for $7, so I received $4.05. The Hurley Batwing top, so I made $4.05. And the last thing that sold that I profited $4.05 on was that Lands' End striped shirt. Let's move into the 3 best profiting items for this month. The number 3 item for this month was the Utam Boutique floral dress. I profited $16.25 off of this dress. Number 2 was the Matte and Nat crossbody bag, and I profited $24.10 off of that bag. The number 1 profiting item I had for this month was the Coach Derby tote, and that's no surprise here. I profited $65 off of that bag, which I thought was pretty good for some Facebook Marketplace arbitrage. Now let's talk about the slowest and quickest moving sales for this month. The item that sold the 3rd slowest were those Dr. Scholl's brown flats. Those took 118 days to sell. The number 2 slowest item that sold was the New York & Company kind of cowl neck blue top, and that took 154 days to sell. The number 1 slowest item to sell was that Merci oversized scarf. That took a whopping 509 days to sell. If you noticed, all 3 of those slowest selling items were items from my personal closets, just something to note. So the 3 fastest sales, number 3 was the Talbot's Petites silk skirt, and that only took 5 days to sell, which I was kind of surprised about. It seemed like a dated style to me, but I guess the size was good and somebody wanted it. The 2nd quickest item to sell was the pair of H&M jean shorts. Those only took 3 days to sell. And then the number 1 fastest item to sell was the pair of Aerie leggings, and those sold the same day that I listed them. I did say that the 3 slowest items were items from my personal closet, but 2 out of the 3 fastest selling were items from my own closet too, so I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to that. I will say that the average number of days to sell an item in the month of June was 58 days. For items that came from my own closet, the average was 70 days. From items that were donated to me, the average number of days to sell was 27, and the average number of days to sell items that I had sourced was 87 days. Also, can I just tell you guys, I'm really sad. We've been having food trucks come to our neighborhood once a week, and a lot of them have been, usually there's 2 trucks that come. One is more of like a food truck, and one's more of like an ice cream truck or a snowball truck. Apparently in Maryland you call them snowballs, and they put like melted marshmallow on top, which is gross to me, but that's a thing here. So there was supposed to be an ice cream truck today, and they canceled it because one of their machines wasn't working, and I was really sad. So now that we talked about the best and worst profiting items and the number of days everything sold for, let's talk about the total number of sales I had. All those sales racked up to 40 items total that I sold, so that's a little more than 1 per day. 19 of those items were items that came from my own closet. 14 of those items were items that were donated to me, and only 7 of those were items that I had sourced. Keep in mind, with everything going on right now, I am not going out to source. I did get a ThredUp mystery box of shoes, so if you want to check out that unboxing, you can check it out here. I did another video. I ordered some shoes that I sourced specifically from ThredUp, and I unboxed those, as well as a mystery box that I purchased from Instagram. So I'll link that video as well and down in the description box below, so you can check that out if you're interested. I think that's why the sourced items are so much of a lower percentage than items that were donated or items from my own closet. Next, let's talk about total sales. So I did tell you as we went through how much I sold everything for on Poshmark without fees or anything. So the total that added up to was $674. $238 were items from my own closet, $135 were items that were donated to me, and $301 were items that I sourced myself. So even though I only sold 7 items that I specifically sourced, those items did sell for $301, which is the highest out of my 3 categories. The average sale price per item this month was $16.85. Items that were from my own closet, the average was $12.53. Items that were donated to me, the average sale price was $9.64. The average sale price of items that I sourced was $43. So now let's talk about my profits, and this is going to be that sale price we just talked about, minus any cost of goods and Poshmark fees or shipping discounts that I gave on that item. So this is pure profit, what I made. Total profit I made in the month of June was $300. $196.85. 168 of that was from items from my own house. I profited $100.90 on items that were donated to me, and I profited $127.95 on items that I sourced. So if we want to break that down into average profit per item, that's going to look like $9.92 per item for the month of June, $8.84 for items that I sold from my own closet, $7.21 from items that were donated to me, and my average profit per item on items that I specifically sourced was $18.28. So overall, I would say this was a decent month for me. If you look at my previous months, selling this was lower than May, and I guess the summer slowdown is real for me. Again, I am just a part-time reseller, so my numbers are gonna look different from a full-time reseller. I just wanted to give you a more realistic set of numbers from somebody who does do this as a part-time business. I know a lot of, I see so much on Instagram and other YouTube videos about these crazy numbers and these crazy brands. I'm over here like, you know, selling Hollister and American Eagle and Talbots, just to give you a different spin on things. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below to see more videos like this from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Why not add to the mix? It's dumb, because my phone is here, so I can't use it. I'm reading off of this. I didn't memorize it, sorry. Judge at will. My feet are like two slightly different sizes. It had like a metallion, what is that? That was also donated, donated. The bundle to bed, I can't talk. Let's learn. Lace sleeve. Why did I say lace sleeve? There was no lace on this. What am I doing next? Why am I talking about that? Let's talk about the fastest. Whether at Goodmill, no ice cream for me today. What are we gonna talk about? We are gonna talk about, why did I say that? No, you already watched it. I'm so awkward.